All right, good morning and welcome to the show. Now that you guys have recovered from, oh, I think I feel like I'm still in a food coma from Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there in the recliner after dinner, and I'm like, tomorrow is keto. Hello. I'm like 3 weeks off keto. Dragging. I'm tired of thinking about eating. That's the one beauty about keto is no craving. So who we got? White Tree Sales. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Ron. Good morning. Be nice. Don't I'll be pulling for y'all tonight, Ron. Can I at least give you a little bit of grief this early in the morning? Arthur Leslie, good morning. Daniel, good morning. Flip it good. Marjorie, good morning. Todd, good morning. So Todd is not in trouble with his wife. She's not beating him or anything. She didn't force him to put that on the screen.
38 years today. So yeah, I can't go on keto yet because I gotta have dinner and a movie tonight.
Congratulations again. I told you that just a minute ago. That's an amazing feat. It just doesn't happen a lot today. So today's throwaway society where we don't value things that we used to value. RG, Dustin, Vintage Memories, Tamara, good morning. Ed, good morning. I added your book, Ed, to the list. Uh, so if y'all don't watch Hustle and Grow, Ed, check out Ed, smart guy. I called his live the other day, and Blue Ocean Strategy is the name of the book. I don't know where I put it on the list, but it's on the list. I feel like I failed y'all this morning. First thing I did when I came outside, can y'all see the book? Uh, that's the problem with the green screen, because you can't.
Okay, just subbed you, Ed.
I'm returning this today. So for all of y'all who have started reading the book, I apologize, but I'm returning the book. Look at it; it's still brand new, right? I opened it one time, fell asleep reading it, so I'm turning the book. I signed up for Audible. um, yeah, so Audible's got a special through the end of the year. I don't have a link or anything. I'm just telling you what it is. Audible, uh, 4.90 or 4 or 5.95 a month for the first 4 months. There's no contract or anything, and you get one credit for one book a month. And so for the first, I think I paid $20 for that book. So I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. I can get four for the price of one, and then even after that, it's $14.95 a month. So I started listening to that last night. Um, I think I'm somewhere in chapter two, so I'll come up with a date next Wednesday. We'll come up with a date, whatever day it is, the day or two to talk about this. Um,
Thanks, Sadie.
so
Thanks, Robin.
so Ron says we should at least be able to see the list. Ron, if you paid attention to what I did, you would know the list is up. The list is up. Um, so let's. So where's the list, Beard? Where could I put it that y'all can see it? All right, share screen. All right, that's not what we wanted. Share screen. Sorry. One day I'll be good at this. So here we go. Imagine that this is beardedpicker.com book list. So there they sit. Um, those are the first six. If you need them, there's an Amazon link to purchase the books. Profit First, Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kawasaki, uh, Blue Ocean Strategy, Chan Kim. So that's where I put it, number four. Atomic Habits, James Clear, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah. I'm still taking suggestions, so anybody who's got any suggestions. But you can find out on my website, beardypicker.com, while you're there. Let's see. BP wrote a blog, how to do a review for the first one in almost a year. So there you go. So you can check out that. What else have I got on here? And then any links to any of the latest videos and all the stuff that I use in the latest videos. All right, that's enough of that stuff. Uh, so Jeremy, good morning, Jeremy and James, Porcelain Princess, Tom, everybody that's come in. Larry, good morning. Preparation for 2024: wine, rum, vodka, beer, champagne, water, and headache meds. Right, right. Um, a raid from Tom's channel. Did y'all wake Tom up? Richest man in Babylon. James, all you have to do is mention it. I told y'all we'll add it to the list.
I
All
read
right.
that book, like 1981. I guess it's changed much.
Hey, don't lag. Are you being serious or are you lying? Is there really a book called Kingdom Come? I put it on the lag. If you disappoint me, I will shame you for the rest of your existence.
Ping, Scarlet,
So,
Jennifer.
so I hope everybody's not going to waste this week. I know a lot of people are kind of unwind this week. A lot of people celebrate the fourth quarter. I didn't really notice the fourth quarter ever started. Sure, sales picked up a little bit, but it didn't feel like a fourth quarter. Um, so 2024, how are we not going to fall into this dilemma that we're in now? So I did a video yesterday. I hope it made sense. I tried to logically think about goals and the things that I'm doing. It's everything that I do wrong. I'm trying to use the videos as accountability. So this year I'm gonna try to do a better job of goal setting and goal. I set them last year. I just forgot about them, and so might as well not have done that exercise in futility if I'm not going to work on it. 7 habits. It's been a, it's been a while, but all right. Ron is sitting in corpus working on his goals. Sitting on your butt. That's your goal. Nice, but it's you got to change habits, and so it takes what's it 21, 28 days. It takes 3 or 4 weeks to really change habits. There are so many people that are going to start the evil R word in a couple days. Everybody can be setting resolutions that won't make it to February. And so part of that, I'm trying to put in place processes, things that'll keep me on track and give me some accountability. Um, all right. Good morning. Once we get so many books, we might have to go to a book couple of months. Try Acres, Diamond. So it's I challenge you, and I'm gonna talk about this, so you'll hear it twice if you watch the videos and watch the show. Uh, this thing, I always have it. I'm not any different than the rest of you. If I'm doing something, I have this, uh, and so I'm trying to get better at. It doesn't Android, iPhone, and I've had them both. It doesn't matter. They're both very similar. It's it's can you get the most out of it? And so so today I've got the list of things. Unless you put a this widget and you can pick the list. So this is today's, and so I've gone in and set up. You can see the things that I'll be doing today. I'm listing $300 on eBay sale. I have to take the trash in and out. I've already done that, so we can click on that and it goes away. I have to get my accounting to Jared. Ship sales, 3 YouTube shorts, which I've already done that, so I can mark that off. But tomorrow, those same 3 shorts will show back up because it's a repeating thing. Y'all have seen the box over there. I told you that the Space Maker was recalled. I can't remember to call and get the replacement thing. So how do I remember now? I'm gonna try my best to put anything that I want to do in this phone, and it will remind me. So at 11 o'clock, it's supposed to ding and tell me call about the Space Maker. There's the numbers to make it easy. The 5 influencer videos or Amazon influencer videos, I want to shoot those on Wednesdays, and so that's today's Wednesday, the first Wednesday I'm trying this. So I'll be doing those. But you can see when it starts over, YouTube short video starts over again. That's the end of my day. That's all I've got planned for today. Because I decided break it down and I only ship Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I know that's a. So Chastity, I actually have Kristen's book and I've read probably 3/4 of it. Uh, it is a. We'll add that. We'll add that to the list, and I'll get her to come on and tell us about it, how, or help lead the discussion on it. It's, but it's what can you do to help yourself with these things? So you know what works for the people around you. So I've got the big whiteboard over on that side that I never write on. So I'm gonna put the big goals on that board, and I'm gonna figure out somebody to, because I'm at this computer a lot, to put them on the home screen of this computer. You can't see it, but the home screen of this computer also has the reminders. So when I sit down, I know what I'm doing today as well. So that's the thing I want to encourage you. Get the most out of your devices. I have an iPhone because I like MacBooks. The MacBook runs the same widgets, same everything now, and which is really nice. So if I put it on the phone or if I take it off the phone, it shows up and goes away over there as well. Uh, Mr. Sadie, OCD won't allow them to do 2 day shipping. I I just it's a so 2 day shipping started out as being I need time. What if I need to find it? But now that I've gotten more organized, finding is really not a problem anymore. And so now it's more about me taking control of shipping. I only want to ship Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't want to do it 5 days a week. And so how do I arrange shipping so that I only do it 3 times a week? 2 day handling. It allows me to anything that is purchased today before 3 o'clock will get shipped out today, and then I will not ship again till uh, it'll be Friday morning until the yard sale stuff start back. I didn't put a lot on. I just put Amazon on Tuesday and Thursdays, and I put some of the video work today and Sunday. I left Saturday intentionally blank because you got to have some time down. I know after yard sales, I have a tendency to do nothing or just piddle the day away. Um, but figure out what works for you. That's my advice to you. You can't be me, and that's probably a good thing. But you can do you. You can be the best you. So I challenge you to figure out a way that allows you to become more organized, take advantage of your strengths, and help develop your weaknesses. And my weaknesses is time management. But I also know one of my real bad weaknesses is if I say that I'm going to do this at 9 o'clock every day, uh, something will happen, and I won't 9 o'clock won't be available, and then I'll just skip it and go on something else. So I intentionally left these without times, just tasks for each the days of the week. And the way the reminder list works on this phone is not on the widgets, but if you open the reminder list, it'll the actual list itself. It'll tell you, like if I don't do my eBay today, it'll tell me tomorrow that it's the notification for yesterday and today. So Katie Rose, hey, good morning. Hi, good morning, Jennifer. It's it's so that's part of my process, and I'm gonna try to put all this on a video where it's not me rambling and it can be understood. Todd, are you doing anything different, or are you just continuing on because it doesn't really matter and you just do what you do?
Oh, I got goals.
Your goal is not to go back to Home Depot.
That one too. No, I'm gonna seriously get this friggin' death pile organized, listed and off the floor. It's incredible what I walked through.
So Tommy says, will you change this thought process as eBay keeps changing the weighting of these metrics? Time to customer has dramatically been factored more heavily since they. Probably not, Tommy. It's this is Amazon. I've got to see the weakness as I've reflected over the last 3 or 4 days is it's very hard to do two platforms and do two platforms well. And if you throw YouTube in there, so I've been mediocre at all three, and I'm trying to figure out how to best organize all three of them. And taking advantage of Amazon FBA is truly the I've got to get back to get Amazon right. And also I've got to dedicate the time in the week and I can't allow the secondary platform just because they are. I feel that my shipping, if I'm shipping 2 days, and it is really only very few of them, Tommy, that go to the second day because remember, anything that was purchased yesterday is getting shipped next day. Anything purchased today is getting shipped same day. It's only the ones that's from after 3 o'clock on the day of shipping until um, the next day that really are affected. So it's, it's and if you order something from eBay, I'm already 10 times faster shipper than most eBay sellers. I mean, order a book from eBay and see what happens. Order from one of these that eBay focuses on that's got hundreds of thousands of feedback. Let's see how long it takes you to get something.
But yeah, I've got to get this pile organized. I mean, stuff like this been sitting at my feet for months.
So, Renee, I will make a video of what happens on that. It they are the last time I did that. The part that's wrong is the brew basket. The brew basket is not made of a the heat resistant enough plastic. So as it heats up, it has a tendency to melt and burn people. And so what the recall issue has been is they will send you a new brew basket, and you're supposed to toss the one you got away. And this one is made with a better plastic that's more heat resistant that won't melt and burn you. And then the machine is fine. But I haven't done one in 5 years, 6 years. I hope that is still the remedy that's available. So I will let you know. I will call them today. I will let you know. Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer just getting stuff cleared out. I found a game controller yesterday I've had for 4 years. Haven't listed it yet. Uh,
Tommy, I'm trying to get them both to work, and I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to place organization and that I can place emphasis. I'm trying to get Amazon more like wholesale. My goal is to try to build Amazon into a wholesale business where it'll just be dropped here. But in the meantime, to get it there, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of legwork. But it's gonna be only here stuff that I buy here in town from a couple of vendors.
here's your bird.
But I have not been using FBA. I've been doing FBM for the most part, and I had forgotten the importance of what FBA. Even though there are some FBA, FBM, they both have issues, but I had forgotten how important it is that I allow. I don't have an employee, and I need that service that Amazon provides that they would ship for me. So because I'm sitting here and you're like, how much of my valuable time am I wasting doing the shipping? Yesterday I had 60 something to ship. Um, that would have been less than half if I allowed Amazon to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's monkey wood or oak or I don't know what it is. But
Said, what is monkey pod? I don't know what that is.
that's like a wood that's in Indonesia or somewhere.
So Chastity spent yesterday breaking down large bins, banker boxes. I bought some banker boxes, trying to get more organized that way as well. The other thing I'm doing today is, uh, and you guys might need to think about this too. How much priority shipping do you do anymore? I've got one of my whole box areas over there full of priority boxes that I don't use. Ground Advantage has taken so much of priority that I do not use priority boxes. So I'm only going to keep a couple of each. And I now told Jason, I'm like, can I bring a bunch of boxes up here? They're just normal sizes. I don't use them anymore. And so he's like, man, sure, bring them on. So I am bringing, good morning, Shane. I am getting those out of my life. I don't want to throw them away because we killed a lot of trees to make those boxes, and they were free,
Right.
so somebody can use them. So I'm gonna return those to the post office.
Yeah, I need to do that too. Add
I
that
just
to my
don't use them, man.
list.
They're taking up space.
Yeah, those I still got a bunch of bee boxes.
Those
Reach.
those I tend to use because they're a good 1075 or whatever they are. That's actually that and the shoebox and the bubble mailers are the only ones I actually use. I don't use any of the rest of them.
I use the heck out of the paper envelopes.
So Renee, that is different models. That through the years they've had several models that have done it. That particular model is a brew basket issue. The one there was a different one that has the handle issue, but that one has the brew basket.
Yeah, and this I still have at least 75 of the C boxes, 3 bundles of 25. But I still
So
use C boxes once in a while. I will keep those and use them, but man, they're going a lot slower.
so I'm continuing to pull stuff out of here. My goal by the end of the year, hopefully I'll get this done by Monday, is 90% of the stuff in the building to be listed, and if it is listed, over to the storage room when it's supposed to be. And so I have this whole set of shelves that are just wasted space because I can't use them because it's just got inventory on it that needs to be over there.
Yeah,
I need to have
priority.
a set of inventory space that I sell a lot of.
Priority
But
game boxes are probably the least used boxes ever.
man, they're so expensive to ship with. Larry, I'm trying. You're exactly right, and I'm trying not to throw those away. So that's why I asked Jason. I'm like, and he was low on some of the boxes over there, so he was like, "Sure, bring whatever you got back."
Another one of my 2024 goals is because in 2023 my sales are up 14%. And Tommy said, "Oh, that's because you got better ASD, Todd." And that's not true.
Hey,
I went back and looked, and my ASD is lower in 2023 than it was in 2022.
what's
I
it,
just
what's an
sold a
ASD?
whole lot
What's an
average
ASD?
ASD. That's I don't know.
You
That's where
mean
you go to
you mean
Vegas.
ASP? You mean
ASP.
ASP?
Yeah. So shut up and let
You
me
got
talk.
you got D on the brain because you got propositioned by that porn guy.
I know. Should I put that in the comments?
Yeah, we'll talk
Anyway,
about it. We'll talk about it in a minute.
yeah, I just sold a whole bunch more stuff. I guess I just got a lot of stuff that people wanted to buy. This is my only thought on that because the economy ain't good. But anyway, I want to maintain that or do even better in 2024. So,
But you also from your source, your main source where you buy, you have a tendency, you know, something wouldn't be good if you had one of them, but they're going to sell you 100 of them for one listing. That becomes much more, instead of being a $10 sale, that's $1,000 sale over time. And so that you've taken advantage of that a lot this year.
Yeah, but I've still got 5,000 earplugs. But I've sold some of them. I paid for them with my sales, so they're in the profit.
It's a lag. It's a lot of it's about looking at, a lot of it. A lot of people are not down. It's a good exercise to just talk this through. And you guys are great in the chat. Is is what's the differences? Why are so many people down and so many people not? And I think a lot of it is, do you treat this as a business? It's what you sell, how you sell. You're, are you very good at what you do, and you're aggressive and you take advantage of opportunity and use all the systems, or do you sit back and whine about it and don't figure it out and go, oh well, pitiful me, the platform hates me. Do you go into that negative mindset, or are you a fighter and, man, I'm determined to figure this out. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna work smart and understand the direction that you should be going. Based on a lot of it is, you know it's a complicated mix. You got to look at the economy, you got to look at customer demand, you got to look at what people are buying, you got to look at where the platform's going, how they want you to sell. Harlan, I did say he was, no, he wasn't really a proposition, but all right. So you want to tell him the story, Ty?
Oh, uh, I'm gonna have to go back and copy the message. Let's see.
So Todd sells a pair of jeans, is that right?
Yeah, a pair of Dada jeans, Dada,
Dada jeans.
and
And evidently somebody with a big Dada bought them.
so the let me double check here. Yeah, the buyer sends me this message. Da, 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 da. Oh, click, go. What? Why isn't it going? Uh,
You want me to read it?
Here, I'll try it on the. Sure.
I am an actor and a model for two adult film companies. I figured since I'm a supermodel, I would be good as demonstrations model and need the business insurance. Spent 60,000 on my clothes so far, all designer Italian except the Dada. But we can see that English is not his strong suit.
Uh,
So and it's about, that's where I'm at, man. Is when I look at, when you try to figure out how much, if you've saved any money with FBM, you give up some control over returns. I get that, and a lot of people don't want to do that. But part of that fee you pay is allowing them to do the customer service. Agree or disagree, just let them handle it. You know, for the most part, if you can accept returns, customers are going to do it. Just let it go. Uh,
was
it's
was that Biden?
your time factor. How much of your time are you spending fulfilling the stuff yourself, when you could do it one time and send it to Amazon and allow their machine to kick these thing out? You know, there are benefits to doing that, because you get a lot more protection on your feedback, because they will wipe away negative feedback much quicker for an FBA issue versus an FBM issue. Uh, Remember, if you have items that are $9.99 or less, the fees are less if Amazon handles it, because you get the old small and light through them that you don't get for FBM. So if you've got items, especially media, you make a little extra money allowing Amazon to handle your media than you doing it yourself. Uh, but the and then with the cost of everything, I mean, look at if you have an eBay item that's a 50, the 13 and whatever their percentage is, and you promote it at say 7%, you're pushing 20%, 21% fees, and Amazon would have shipped it for you for like 25 or 26, and I mean you haven't got to the shipping or anything else. So man, the more things change, I know Amazon's going to they're getting ready to put a low stock fee and all that stuff, but they're claiming they're offsetting it with others. At the end of the day, the I don't think we evaluate the time factor. What does it cost you and your opportunity cost for you to do something else? That's where I got to, Tommy. So I was with Ed up here and how much I've cost myself trying to do it myself because I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars because I can't list because I'm shipping, and I'm sit that's part of that time audit I was talking about, writing down for a week where I spent my time, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm like the world's most expensive shipper. That's what I come up with, and so that's the thing when you start banging your head on your desk talking about why am I the most expensive shipper? Because I am foolish not to be using systems that are available to me. The same thing, you get blinders. It's amazing you get blinders because I can sit here and look at eBay people and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're not using promoted listings to the fullest. You're not doing all this. You're not doing this, this, and this." As I ship Amazon stuff that I should be using their system to do that. So take the blinders off of everything, folks. Just because you can see clearly one spot doesn't mean you're seeing clearly on everything. And do a time audit. Um, it's you know how do you how do you get more time back? FBA for me is the answer. So yeah, Dustin, it is a shame that the small light is gone because you definitely had an advantage because you'd look at it and go, how is somebody selling that for $8.99 and excuse me and making money when the product was enrolled in small light, and because you had a definite advantage in profit over them. So Tactical Z, that's where I need to be, and so you guys are like peering into my brain this morning. So I'm with Ed. I realizing how much opportunity cost I'm losing, how much I'm the most expensive shipper, and then you get to where Tommy is and go, you know, anything that I can do to get out of my hands and to get more time is great. And then you get the Tactical Z and go, but there's still items that I need, and I need to put rules in place like I have for purchasing that say, if it's a this, I need to keep it here. I need to do the shipping, and so that's probably going to be the big stuff like VCR combos and a lot of those things. It's mainly going to be the used stuff, and then I'm gonna raise the dollar figure, so I'm not going to ship, you know, all that media in the cabinet. I'm gonna start sending it out of here. I don't want to be shipping 9.99 items. If it's on Amazon and it ships and it sells for $30, I'll ship that, but I don't want to ship the 8.99 DVD, which I made 50 cents on. Yeah, that's not smart. When I could have sent it into Amazon and made $1, which makes no sense. Todd, you got a message in the chat. Harlan said, "Would you ship his damn jeans already?"
Uh,
Is that why you skipped wing night last night, Harlan? You were really not with her family for Christmas. You were on some kind of porn photo shoot. Is that what you were doing?
he's laying on
See,
a beach in Saudi Arabia.
see, the truth comes out. Well, eventually, we will get to the truth.
Oh
Um,
man, sorry,
uh,
Harlan. Yeah. No,
so
I shipped him yesterday.
Penman Profits, biggest factor recovering from surgery. Um, well, we will try to remember to think about you. Let us know how everything goes. Wish you the best of luck. Surgery is not always, sometimes it's necessary. I've seen Johnny go through it a ton. Um, have 17 or 18 surgeries, however many she's had so far. It's just it's insane. So we wish you the best. Um, yeah, Tommy, it is the time factor, and I challenge. I guess that needs to be the mantra in January. Is I challenge people to audit your time. I challenge you to figure out what you are doing. It's just it's like having auto feedback. You're 100% right. Why do I haven't left feedback on for an eBay customer in it's like since 2015. It just does it. I don't care. It just does it. Uh, that is also a 15 it costs you if it's under $15 and you're paying shipping both ways on free returns. Makes no sense. Um, so Harlan was was taking pictures for the next year's Christmas movie. Ho ho ho! There you go. That's uh that's special. So Bob wants to know what happened to the red aviation sign behind you. What are you talking about, Bob? It is in the picture. You just don't know it. When I had the green screen on, my shirt is red. It's red. It was picking up. So it's the dark color splotch down here. You just can't. I was having to get stuff off the shelf. It's still sitting right there. I haven't figured out because I picked that sign up on Florida on the flee across Florida, and since I live at the airport, I was thinking about hanging on the wall. I haven't done it yet. I'm not a sign person. I paid $68 for that sign. It came off the airport in Florida. I should have wrote it on my backup. I forgot what airport it is now. The guy was retired from working for um,
Harlan. Uh, everybody's giving Harlan a funny now.
so flip it good. Nike and Adidas. Nike. I mean, you just need to find like a Dick's Sporting Good or something and buy them online. Buy it online on a website. And they'll give you an invoice versus a receipt, or at least that's the way Amazon looks at it. So as long as you find a reputable online retailer, for the most part, that will get you ungated. You need 10 of an item. That one, that goes for anything. And people stress out about getting ungated. You need to purchase 10 items from a reputable website that's recognized, and something like a Dick's Sporting Goods, something one of the major ones. I know a lot of people have success with getting ungated with stuff with Walmart.com, even though they couldn't get it with Walmart or a receipt in the store. Um, Ron, aren't you like 80 years old? That's terrible. Okay, okay, go to a cat. I'm sorry because Ron is a child. Academy Sports. Flip it good. Ignore what I just said. Check out Academy Sports. There you go. And that'll yeah. I don't. 10 of the same item is the Safeway Tactical Z. I know some people have gotten away with 10 of the same brand, but so there's stuff you can buy like Nike makes some cheaper stuff like sweatbands and other kind of stuff that you could people go, oh, but I don't want to buy 10 of that. It's $15. That's $150. But they forget that you can sell that item that you just bought 10 of and recover a lot of it. So if you buy a $15 item, even if you sell it for $15 and lose the shipping and the fees, so you get 8 back. It really only costs you 75 or 8. So you got to look at it. Hey, good morning, Jennifer. RG. Your mind stays down there with Ron. That's why you're an Auburn fan, I guess. Gotcha. So Tommy, that's a good point. Coles.com will work for Nike or Adidas. Uh, I was just thinking the sports side of it, but They are these are big brands. Just be careful. Be careful what you wish for with Nike and Adidas. They are so heavily counterfeited. You've got to know what you're doing. You can lose everything with that. So why do you have a Darling watch in your beard? What are you talking about? No, I'm not cut the beard. I keep looking back at old pictures thinking, that's where the beard needs to go. I'm still half a year away from big and luscious. Uh,
Careful with talk like
oh,
that, you'll wind up on Harlan's website.
Tommy, I don't think people understand that. I have gotten so many returns on big girl stuff because they don't know. I make jokes. They don't know the size of their butt and all that stuff. But truly, it is women's clothes. The sizes are so crazy. But I would think men don't return as much, but still, the returns for clothing are high, high, high. I mean, if I get a return, I can look at the package and I know, it's. I sell some Hanes leggings over there. They're size large. The little girl leggings size large. Man, I bet I bet 20% of those come back. I bet I bet 20% of the big girl stuff comes back. And so I just smell it and throw it away. It's terrible. Tell you that Harlan has a website? No. Uh, Harlan Harlan has some domains. So Harlan, have you explained to old girl why you own the website manwhoredecor.com? Um, all right, Tactical ZC, buddy. So Phil says only had one Aloha should ever return. He misses, and that's a lot of used clothes. And that's why I'm not good at it because I don't see the stains and spots. I do sell some shoes and stuff, and I can see that. Like I sold the Hokas went out, or actually they're in a box over there. I got to take them to FedEx this morning. I got 100 for them plus shipping, so they're out of here.
Yeah, I've
But they
never
were
had a snap on tool return, but I've had plenty of clothes.
it's all so Tommy. It's all psychological. It's they think that and they're right for the most part. It doesn't work as much with clothing because of the sizing issue. But the longer a customer has something and has it in their hands, the chances of them returning goes down. And so, if you want to encourage someone to buy something, the easier you make it open. What are the psychological hurdles you're trying to overcome for a customer to buy something? And so they're it's like any if you've had a sales job and I worked cars for three miserable months. They're That's Amazon's attempt to overcome an objection to the sale of a higher price item. How do you get over the objection to complete the sale? I sound like Grant Cardone. I've read a couple of his books. Nobody suggested a Grant Cardone book. I have put but there is a later in the list. There is a Gary V book. I think Crushing It by Gary V. I don't know how much. I don't know how much he cusses in his books. He cusses a lot. Doesn't bother me. I cuss like a sailor too, but that offends some people. So, and if he's actually doing the audiobook read, that would be very interesting. So, James? What is the? It's a $5 postage due on a $15 item. Um, that makes no sense. I guess they didn't use an eBay label, or who knows how why that would happen. There are a lot of people that abuse the weight system, folks. If you didn't know that, I mean, it used to be a thing a few years ago. There'd be YouTubers bragging and proud that they sent everything first class, even though it didn't weigh first class, because a certain number of them got through. So James said Cardin's a blowhard. Shit from California. So I challenge you to take advantage of these weeks and to understand that this is a time that everybody perceives as slower. The more you can accomplish in the next couple of weeks, you have an advantage over others. And so I challenge you, look at what you want 2024 to be, and then don't get, while you're watching Alabama dominate the playoffs next on the first, don't don't just sit there and go, these are my resolutions, like every other person out there. These are my resolutions, and then that's it. You hope that by speaking it out loud into the universe, that it's magically going to be like a suit of invisibility or armor or whatever. It's going to be bestowed upon you because you have spoken. That stuff generally doesn't happen. It's it's going to take hard work. It's going to take changing habits, and so you need to understand your own psychology. That's why I know I have this with me, so I'm trying to use this. That's why I'm returning this, because I've tried to read it and fallen asleep, and sitting down to read for old guys is tough. But last night, I signed up for Audible, and my first credit, I used it on this book. And I'm in midway through chapter two. I put the headphones on wherever they are. They're somewhere around here. Oh, they're in my pocket. I have a pair of these that I have around somewhere. So I put these on and started shipping, and it's amazing. If you look over there on the floor, I shipped like I was I was on the phone with Jacob King, Scan to Freedom, and it was like 10 o'clock, and he's talking about going to bed. He's yawning, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed too. And I put the book on, and I shipped everything I had here. It was 12:30. I got all that work done. I got into the book and listening. So it's great to know where you want to go. It's great, all these things. But if you don't know how, figure out the how. Figure out the how. Uh, Who Moved My Cheese is supposedly a good book. Is that related to the joke that goes around the internet? Mike Who Cheese Harry. I can't be the only one that's seen that. Yeah, Jacob, can you believe that? I was up late last night. It was crazy. Remember that you said drink coffee instead of Diet Coke when I was on the phone with you? Don't worry, I had the Diet Coke. I put the Diet Coke on top of it and shipped all that stuff. So I challenge you. I challenge you to figure out how to make this work. Uh, I'm. I'll tell you when I fail, because I'm gonna do a better job of trying to. Everybody complains about these influencers. I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm just somebody crazy enough to turn the internet on. Uh, Not everybody can have as attractive hand as maybe for 2024. Todd, did you get a manicure so your hand looks better up there? Maybe that. Maybe somebody got Gwen's phone number. Text Gwen that Todd wants a manicure for their anniversary. Um, I challenge you to figure out how you're going to make it work. What processes are you going to put in place? You know your own psychology. You really, if you think about it, you know how you are. I understand I have ADHD and shiny object syndrome, and so therefore I can't. And I know that if I'm on a schedule and I miss something and it's supposed to be done at 9 o'clock, I'll never get back to it because I'll move on to the next thing. So I didn't intentionally don't put time spots in. These are the things I need to get done. I spend too much time shipping. I'll tell you, FBA is it. Uh, I have every Thursday I'm gonna send an FBA order out, and I've got books over there that have been in my way for months They're just waiting to go to FBA, and they've just been sitting there. So I'm sending in a minimum of a book order tomorrow. There's a box on the floor with a bunch of toys that we're supposed to sell fourth quarter. Oops. Nobody knocked on the door except for the UPS man yesterday, and he didn't want to buy anything. He just wanted to pick up the box. So try to be more helpful and talk about more of the learning stuff, and be more open about struggles and successes. I'm going to make a bunch of videos. I'm committing myself this year to doing much more yard sale content because that's the stuff I like to do. So and a lot of people like to watch, going to yard sales and what you find at yard sales and what things are worth. So I'm going to do a lot of that stuff. I still haven't decided whether I need a second channel to do that with, or just throw it on this channel and say whatever. Um, but there's so many influencers out there that there's never a bad thing. Everything is a holy grail, and everywhere they poop rainbows and sunflowers, and they struggle just like the rest of us, folks. I can promise you, they have issues. They control the camera, they just don't show it to you. Cling Dave, I think it's going. Okay, so I think we're in for some changes. I think it's going to stay dramatically with needs, because I don't think jobs are coming back. And remember, these big companies have been laying off a ton of people, and but there's going to be some changes. I think the housing market goes back to a seller's market, because I remember they're signaling that they're going to lower the interest rates, and so if you're going to buy a house, uh, you can remind me that I said this in 2023. The next 3 months are the most optimal time to buy a house. You can get into the house, you can refinance when the rates come down at 8 months. But what happens when the rates come down? It opens the market back up for more people, so prices are going to go up. So how I see housing prices going up as rates go down. That's what happens when the interest rate comes down. Inflation comes back. So things are going to get more expensive again. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to offset some of that with allowing the price of gas to come down, so that you don't feel that as much. So remember, what's the first thing that happened in 20 as the as we changed presidents? In the first couple of days, they got rid of the oil leases. They did all this stuff, and gas prices went dramatically from around. I think the national average was about 2.15. Uh, in Alabama here, we went over $4 a gallon, and what that did to the economy and what that did to your purse. So you're going to see gas stay down, so it helps offset some of the inflation numbers. But I'm telling you, prices are still going to go up. People are going to have less money. The housing market is going to drive inflation. It's 2024 is not going to be pretty. So I think needs are still, until the system changes, until there's some radical change. I think we're in a period that needs are going to be dominant. People are going to continue to buy needs. There's a segment of the population. Don't get me wrong. There's a segment out there, the antique buyer, the whatever, the people that have got money now and will have money and understand money. They'll buy whatever they want, and so they will still continue to do whatever they want. But I think the segment of growing of just getting needs will continue to rise. So that means the used market will stay hot, parts market will stay hot. Todd fell asleep. He's got the
No,
screen up there now, so he can't. He's not watching videos on us anymore.
I'm still here.
He's sad about the Cowboys. That's been amazing. And that win streak, Dak looked so good, man. He was hitting his drop, hitting that back foot, and letting the ball go, and now he's back to holding the ball again. His hand was busy. He's reading another message from a buyer. I mean, you still have to deal with crazy. So the most frustrating return to this week has been so I sold a lithium charger, a battery charger. I tested it on the voltmeter. It shows that it's putting power there. And so the guy messages me and says, "Hey, this charger doesn't work." So I was kind of like, "Man, I got free returns. I'm sorry about that." I said, "But remember, it's a lithium battery. Lithium batteries, once they get below a certain voltage, can't be charged by any charger. And there's a way you can jumpstart them with another battery. Check out YouTube videos. It's easy to do with a couple wires." He sends me a message back and says, "No, no, no. This charger is doing exactly what my charger does. I know the batteries are new because I bought them from the manufacturer." I'm like, "So let me get this straight. You've got two chargers and they're both doing the same thing to the same battery, but you decided that my charger is what's wrong?" So it's the battery. I don't care if they are new from the manufacturer. If they've sat too long, they've been discharged, they're below the minimum voltage in these little computer chips and these lithium batteries that allows them to be charged again. And the way you fix it is you get a known battery. I did one of mine with a 9 volt battery, but you get a known battery mostly and positive to positive, negative to negative, and it will kind of they equalize, and so to bring power to the dead battery. And it happened to my hedge trimmers. I had to jump them. Tommy, I agree with that, and my experience has seen that says that lower dollar items bring problematic buyers. Higher dollars aren't effective. How many times have people complained? I got a negative over a $10 item. It has been like that for years. You know, the $10 item has been the one that has just been rampant with negative feedback. And I never really thought about it that way, Tommy. But that's a good way to put it. That analysis is pretty spot on. Yeah, Larry. And if you've gotten through the first chapter of a book, Profit First, he talks about that and how we are built that way and how everything is set up that way. Especially entrepreneurs following this trap. You know, how many of us think the same way? And if I have one good, if I just need a few good sales weeks to get things back right again. I just need a few good sales weeks. I felt like he was like probing my brain last night when I was listening to it. I'm like, all right, so you told me everything I do wrong, and you're telling me what I need to do, but let's get to the. I'm in chapter 2. I'm like, let's start getting to the nuts and bolts of how to fix this thing. I'm ready to turn the ship around. That I'm ready to do profit first for a change. So Thrift Daddy has never gotten negative feedback selling scrap gold. Todd did because he tried to pass them off as not being gold. James, I think you might be right. I think 60% is a low number. And I don't. What's the common denominator of the last couple of years? Everything's gotten more expensive, folks. Just think about what you pay for. Everybody's go to the grocery store and realistically look at what the prices have done. It is amazing how little you get for $50 of groceries anymore. You could go to the store, just 5 or 6 years ago, at $100 went a long, long ways. Yeah, it don't. Every time I go to the scan at Walmart, I'm like, I was just here for a couple items. Why is it always $60 or $70? Um, it's, I mean, look at what your the amount. I mean, it's the stuff you don't think of. The rates on your electricity have gone through the roof. Look at really look at what your insurance rates, your car insurance rates are skyrocket. It's most people's. I mean, you look at your neighbor and you think, how do they afford those new cars? And look at when you go do some reading on the average car payment. Oh my god, I'll be glad. And I think we'll fit it. We only have the Acura left, and it's down to like $4,200. It'll be gone this year. Uh, yeah, I'm ready to go back to Dave Ramsey and just drop junkers. Like you are correct. Most people do sell more low dollar high. Everybody can't be you lag and sell high dollar items. So so Charles said he got a neutral removed the other day. He was shocked that they did it. Am I the only one? If I get a neutral, I don't even mess with it. It is what it is. I just let it go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Brian. It is the average car price is as and I sit around and think, who's paid for these damn things? Who was signing up for? There's a lot of talk about the trucks are a lot of trucks on the lot. They can't because like if you want a just a regular old XLT, which is a down the middle of the road Ford F-150, the little 4-door truck, I think it's about $58,000 or $59,000. God forbid you want the Lariat that's sitting on the lot for 80 some thousand, or an F-250 or any of those bigger ones. I'm like, who was paying for these $100,000 trucks? And then they've got boats and everything else. I'm like, oh my goodness, the pressure of that must be crazy. Yeah, that's Brian. That's a if somebody pays for a Grand Wagoneer that kind of money, that is to pay that much for a Chrysler. Oh my, I can't imagine. It's rated as one of the worst cars. Yeah, that's such. I challenge you to really realistically look at not only your business, look at your personal life too. If you want to make life easier for yourself, um, figure out what's important to you. One of the exercises I'm going through now, in preparation of what I think he's going to tell me on Profit First, is last night as I was listening to him, I'm like, do I really have a handle on all the subscriptions I have for the business? Because remember, we can get especially Amazon, you can get you know $10, $20 here or there to death. And so I made a list of. I'm going through the business checking account, making a list of all the things I pay for, and now I'm going to sit down and figure out which ones do I truly need, which ones do I not need, and so I'm going to take a couple of days to ponder on that list, and then cancel a few of them.
Yeah, Charles, I got my last negative removed because of USPS. Uh, Buyer in Hawaii sent it ground advantage and took 3 weeks to get there, but they gave me a
No,
negative, so eBay removed that negative.
no, so thrift data, I get it. This is an important point. If you're um, the really expensive heavy, so even though y'all said Grant Cardone's a blowhard, I caught a short of his the other day where he was talking about leasing cars, and he said the only car you buy um, is the big Range Rover. I'm like, this guy is an idiot. The Range Rover will fall apart in a hurry. I'm like, all right, I'll finish listening to him. And his point was the vehicles that are over 6,000 pounds can be 100% expense. And so I get that the really really big trucks, the F-250s and stuff, the guys in the trades you can buy one today and write that off completely for 2023 to offset taxes. So I do get that, but but how many people are self-employed? I mean, look at all the people your neighbors. They're not all self-employed. A lot of them have jobs.
Hey, Glenn.
Charles, you're not weird. Take it personal. Everybody takes it personal. I've just reached a point where I don't care that much about feedback, and if it's neutral, it's neutral. Yeah, Brian, that's the next thing. So that's the next logical step is now once I figure out the subscriptions on the business side, it's now then we're gonna move to the personal side. But you know, there's somebody in there I got to get on board with that one. What she can live with and what she can't, because I had an interesting conversation with my mother the other day, and she's like, you know, several years ago, I thought I was doing good by getting rid of cable. But she's like, now it's almost like all the subscription services, if you're not careful, have almost added up to what I was paying for cable. So I think you're 100% correct on that, Brian. So that's the next exercise is to. I had Hulu because Hulu Live because I wanted to watch Alabama football. I've already got rid of that. So Tommy says he thinks it's up to 75,000 for me, but no. Um, how many Alabama shirts do I have? All of them.
He's good.
Joni used to complain that she'd had when she was doing laundry, she has to specifically have a load for all the red shirts.
Do you have underwear with Alabama stitched on it?
I do not. Oh, I'm sorry. I do because I need the Alabama elephant ones with the long trunk. That was what I was supposed to say. It's a, Cadillac has a nice SUV that qualifies. Uh, I think he said. I think he said in that video it was 6,000 pounds. Does the I bet the new Cybertruck qualifies. That's probably why they're gonna sell some of them.
Lag.
It's important to note that not all vehicles with a gross vehicle weighting of 6,000 pounds or more will qualify for the 179 deduction. It also must be used for business purpose and must be purchased and placed into service within the tax year. It is 6,000 pounds. It says they have a deduction cap of 28.9. What is that? Yeah, but I'm not a tax accountant. Don't take my tax advice. 6,000 pounds is the number, whether you should do it or not. So here's a list of all the vehicles that are 60. You can get an Audi. BMW makes several. Bentleys, some Buicks, Cadillacs, some Dodges, bunch of F-250, 350, all anything above an F-150. The Transits. Same thing with the Sierras. Bunch of Land Rovers. And the Toyotas, the 4Runner actually gets over it. So you can actually get a Toyota or either of the Tundras. Yeah. Tommy, the only reason I know is because I saw that video. I wouldn't have known. I knew there was a way, but I wouldn't have known. Uh, I don't know. Like, you better ask your mom to explain it to you over pancakes. Hey, Sean. Good morning. Uh, so what else exciting we got to talk about today? Now that we've solved all the problems about moving into next year, and everybody's going to work on themselves and do great, and figure out their what's next. Where is Steve, and why is he not on the show? What the hell, Steve?
I know. What's Grumpy doing? What's Harlan doing?
I bet Harlan's at work.
Yeah, but he comes on when he's at work too.
I don't know what Harlan's doing.
What is Harlan doing?
I told you he's at work. Harlan
Harlan,
gets up early.
I sent your jeans out yesterday, Harlan. You should get them.
Got some
They'll
big
go,
shoots coming up.
they'll go good with your elephant underwear with the trunk extension.
You saw those?
No.
Har-
Uh,
Harlan's next video
You're
is
stuck.
Harlan's next photo shoot is called "How's It Hanging, Bro?"
Word.
didn't Steve go away? Yeah, Carol. He did. They went to North Carolina. I don't know if he's still down there or not. They might be driving back today. You never know. But it's a real good time of reflection. You can look at how you and if you've had a year that didn't meet your standards or where you wanted to be, it's the answer is not to be mad and do nothing about it. And how many people have you heard say, "Well, I'm hoping that eBay changes next year." I can tell you, eBay is going to change next year, or Amazon, or whichever platform is going to change, but it's not going to be back to the way it was. I don't know what they're going to change, but I can tell you they're not going to change back. And so, if you're sitting there thinking, well, maybe things will go back the way they used to be, uh, you are so far behind, and you have not figured out what happened to you this year. And waiting on it next year is just more lost time, and you're going to get more negative results compounded on the negative results you've already got. And so, figure um, I'm a perfect example. What happened to my Amazon sales? Well, I got much better eBay sales. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, how do I fix that? How do I make sure that I'm not here next year? Next year, I want to be saying, "And look, both platforms are up. Both platforms are up," because I listened to myself and I made put. God, I'm glad John's not here. So I put some processes and procedures in place in order to make it repeatable. How do you win? You win each week. You win taking one step at a time and continuing on and continue taking steps forward. But I want to repeat good weeks, and so I want to hold myself accountable. I want to put procedures in place so I get good results every single week. I don't want to wait till June and go, well, damn, I wish I'd have done that back then because now half the year's over. Maybe I'll have a great fourth quarter to pull it all out. How many people tell you that because they haven't done the work in the first half?
You have a disc resurfacer, don't you?
Yep. Why, you need something resurfaced?
No, somebody's asking me about it.
So I have the JFJ Easy Pro. I don't know if it's the best. It's probably not going to be the best. There's one that people use out there that that does it all automatically. Mine, I need to read the instructions. I bought it used. It didn't come with them to do better at it, but it knocks out. I can get swirl marks and scratches as long as they're not super deep. I'm pretty good at getting those out. Jeremy, that's the point people never learn. eBay is not making changes for you. And people sit around hoping that they're going to make a change that's their benefit. eBay changes for eBay's benefit and where they want the company to go, whether you agree with it or not. And it's 100% your job to take advantage of the opportunity and the platform you sell on to make it work for you. That's 100, Jeremy. That's 100% correct. Like I'd agree, it's more of a starter machine. If you can spend more money, you can definitely get one that's much more professional. But how many discs do you have to sell? I don't want to do use discs right now. But there is a market for it, and if you can buy stuff cheap enough, it's you can make it work.
Yeah, I need to buy parts JFJ because the lid broke on mine.
How did you break the lid on it? Knock it off the table?
No, I just put a disc in and turned it on, and I hear a ka-chink. What was that? Lid broke. Dang.
I know. Gwen, did we see you back there? Todd needs a manicure for y'all's anniversary, so he'll look better on screen. He's probably got headphones on. Like it does work if you know what you're doing with it, and I get by. But like this, the newer video games, I don't really look way fancier. I seem to mess them up a lot. But for the older video games and for the CDs and stuff, it seems to do okay. So HD collectibles, as long as it works, used is okay. Because you can the parts that really matter are the pads in it, and then the chemicals and stuff, and all that can be purchased. Uh, the machine itself, as long as it works, spinning, the door closes, it spins, and all the buttons work. That's the guts of it. All the rest of it is replaceable parts. There's different. They make different polishing pads and different polishing compounds that actually do the work on the machine. But the guts of the machine are it's just a plastic box with a motor that spins.
Here's a neat article. New York Times sues OpenAI Microsoft for infringing copyrighted work. Says they have used millions of their newspaper articles without permission to help train artificial intelligence technologies. That's interesting. You'll probably see a lot of that coming up.
So Tamara, that's a good point. Most of us do work very hard at it. The goal is to make time for yourself. 100% life is short, and so most of us work very hard, and I don't mind the hard work, but I want to work a lot smarter, and that's the one thing I'm starting to learn. Just listening to the first hour or so of the book is if we change just some of the things we do, because it's not that we aren't working hard, but if decision making process, if we change some of the decisions we make and make some better decisions, you can get way better results for your efforts, and then that changes allows you to do other things, and so. But I 100% agree with you. Life is 100% short, and you got to stop and smell the roses for sure. Because working hard and not getting the results you want, but thinking if I just work harder, how about we work smarter this year? That's a lot of my goal.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've kind of done since my brother died. It'll be 2 years ago next month. Do all the things. If you want to do something, do it, because you're always not promised tomorrow, and that's if nothing like that ever really hits home or close, it's just kind of a saying. But until it kind of hits you in the face, then that really makes you think.
You remember, Harlan, that last year when the guys we were doing 3 Friday nights a month, and how many of those conversations turned to and Kevin was really in the lead of a lot of them. 10 years, 11 years out, what life would look like after reselling, and how he was going to retire. wife and what things are going to look like. Folks, you're not guaranteed that day. Do what you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and him had a lot of discussion. It was really, really strange looking back now since he died, the conversations that we had about he worked for the government and he knew when he was going to retire, and he's like, when I retire, I want to do reselling as my hobby slash make extra money. But he was going to do that at 55, I think, is when he could retire. But he passed away at 44.
So Mark said his girlfriend didn't appreciate me laughing at my dachshund. Mark, you need a new girlfriend. You obviously don't have somebody with a sense of humor with you.
I
We had
missed
Scrappy.
that part, I guess.
We had Scrappy since he was a puppy. He was over 15 years old at the point where the dementia got really bad, and sometimes you can only just laugh. Him getting caught behind doors or whatever. After you've spent all this time closing doors everywhere, the only reason he was in that room because he was following me in there. It was
Oh, what happened in the video?
it was a video of Scrappy. He walked into the room. He looked at me, and he had his gray face, and it's like his whole memory. Why he's like, why am I standing here? He take a couple steps, look around. He got stuck behind the door before the video. He walked back, and he's
Okay.
turn around and walk towards Jacob's room. He take a couple steps and just kind of look at the wall. I mean, it's
Mm. He's how old?
he was
15?
15 or 15 and a half when he passed.
Oh, that's an old video.
Yeah, that's an old video. He's been gone a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Mark, I'll put a video up. His sister is still here. Dixie Bell is his sister. She was the runt of the litter. Last one out, runt of the litter, like an hour later or whatever it was, and all the males in that litter had dementia and are all gone, and she's still kicking. She'll be 17. Johnny knows the day, sometime next month.
Snowy Mount Rainier, Washington. That sounds cold.
That sounds terrible.
Hmm.
Todd is
And
27.
today, one of our last warm days.
Today is the last one day, I think.
Mm. 56 today, and then
43.
45, 44, 48 next 3 days.
Yeah, this one's got even lower. 43, 42, 43. Did 52. They back to 42, 43. Yeah, because y'all come
Yeah.
get your.
Yeah.
Larry losing a pet is hard, and it is. You got to look back and enjoy the memories, and if it means you have to laugh at the dementia or help, it'll make you too damn sad. I mean, people miss the point of that video. We have celebrated that dog. Johnny talks a lot about Scrappy, but it's hard to put in a 1 minute video. So whatever. Yeah. So SG Collectibles 30 years of marriage under the belt as well. Congratulations. 40 degrees, but cold up on the mountain. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. The 40s the next 8 or 10 days are going to be enough that I'll be going to the I'll go to the storage building. I'll have on a toboggan and gloves. Yeah, that'll be enough. That we'll be ready to. Can somebody please turn on the heat? Because I can show up to the building in a and a pair of Harlan shorts and a tank top, and be just fine. You can only put on so many clothes in the winter. You can't move. We can go there like an Eskimo. How am I supposed to pull stuff?
Yeah, our pug went blind from diabetes the last couple of years. I wish I'd had a GoPro on when I had to jump in the swimming pool and fish her out.
But what one of the videos, if we'd had it, would have broke the internet. So when Dixie Belle was little, dachshunds have if y'all have never had a dachshund, they have a bad habit of following you wherever you go. And so I had gone out in the garage and to get something in Wilmington, and she had slipped out behind me, and um, I went back in, and she didn't go back in fast enough, so I shut the door. Didn't realize it. We hear her kind of yelping a few minutes later. Uh, she had gotten over in one of the glue traps. It was one of the big ones, and she had 3 out of 4 paws stuck in the glue trap. Oh my god, my mother lived across the street. I'm telling, we laughed for a long time about. I'm like, mother, you got to come help. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Dixie does in a glue trap, and when she gets over there, all 3 out of 4 paws in a trap. Oh my goodness, that was. We laughed and laughed about that. Uh, uh, yeah, but that's another one. Same thing. Time moves so fast. You know, Phoebe's already over 3 years old. You know, pets are not here, but only a short amount of your life. I can't stand that people mistreat pets. You got to love them while they're here because they are only here for a short period. Very fortunate that we have small dogs, so they live longer. But hell, we've had Franklin for a year. Little one's been around for a year now. That's hard to believe it's been that long. Or maybe he's 9 months, but 9 or 10 months. But he's over a year old now.
Yeah, I bet you used half a bottle of Goo Gone to get that thing off that dog.
So a vegetable was what we checked the
Spoiled.
internet. We checked the internet, and the internet said to use vegetable. So we use a lot of vegetable loosened up. But she was oily and slick for. There was parts of that glue that just had to kind of wear off. Oh my goodness! I can't tell you how many jokes about I caught the biggest rat went around for a long time.
Yeah.
Uh,
This house was fully carpeted at one point, and we got a whole bunch of new uh, vinyl flooring. Nice stuff, the professional kind. And well, both dogs chasing balls across there and running into walls. They both did. They couldn't hold up. It's funny, we got a rug on the floor, and they'll run really fast on the rug, and then they get to the uh, slick vinyl floor, and boy, they slow down in a hurry now.
Phoebe does all right, but Franklin, when he's running on the hardwood floors, and because his paws are so furry from all his because he's a long hair, man, he hits the corner and his back legs are just spinning, and he's trying to go, especially if I'm chasing him. And then as soon as he hits the carpet in the bedroom, he flies. But
Yeah, like I wonder if that snake's still alive. Were you in the show when
uh,
you know, that hole up there in where the attic is? It was
so
about 2 years ago. Uh, a snake dropped out of that right down on top of my desk. Little bitty yard grass snake, and I wonder if it's still alive. I took it out in the backyard and freed Willie.
no, Larry, you're absolutely right. No human ever. I mean, I asked them to knuckleheads all the time. I'm like, I've just been outside. Did y'all think I was dead or something? I mean, they're I wish if you ever meet a human that's happy to see you after only a couple hours, you better keep them. Hey,
So,
Patrick. Good morning. So is this the regular Patrick or the not Patrick Murphy or the whatever other one you had yesterday when Craig was messing with you about not Patrick Murphy?
so John put out a video a day or two ago, and he showed all of his yearly numbers on eBay, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd do that, but he did.
Which John?
Uh, Flipping ain't easy.
I have not seen it.
Um, it's a pretty good video. I mean, he just talks about how he turned things around from 22 to 23, and here's
Yeah,
my numbers. And he actually showed every category, how many he sold, and
yeah. I know his. I know where he buys stuff, and a lot of his change was internet. Whenever things were not working, he found a new source, and that source really was the items were selling. He went all in. He's done really well with it. Uh,
that's good.
you can't be afraid, folks. In this time when everybody is saying, there's so many struggles with all the online platforms, eBay's the one that everybody. Why you don't hear as many people bitching about Amazon when there are way more problems on Amazon? But it's figure out what works. Don't be afraid to change stuff. If it's not working, the worst thing you can do is keep doing the same thing over and over and hoping, you know, taking another hit of that hopium pipe that it's gonna change for you because you waited it out. Nah.
Lag, Cincinnati Picker got his real estate license, so I think he's been really focusing on a new business.
Does he still sell on Whatnot? He was doing really good with cards on Whatnot.
I guess I don't
He'll
know.
make a video. He makes a video very infrequently. He was in. We saw him. He was one of the headliners of the Cincinnati thing a few months ago. It's good to see John. John's a really nice guy. But yeah, I saw that he had gotten his real estate license.
I bet he's just been super busy with that, trying to make that a success. He's a hard worker too. I don't doubt that he'll do well at it.
He's another one that's not afraid to try stuff. He's had different variations of businesses, of reselling businesses and other things. Um, you know, so Patrick Murphy, your better half is using this account for the chicks yesterday. That's why they make passwords. I'm glad Johnny doesn't come out here.
Oh,
There's
lag.
no telling.
I don't think Cincinnati Picker's going to stop reselling, but he's just not going to do it like he did.
Right. I don't think so. I don't think he'll quit either. He might slow down on YouTube.
I think he'll be more like a Harlan, just work a regular job and keep reselling.
He's got a lot of irons in the fire too. If you don't know, they are real big in the adoption community. His wife has a really nice website. Well, when we were there, she was just getting over 100,000, or just kind of flat, one of the two. So they do a lot of different things besides reselling, and
Yeah,
adoption and helping children is real big, real high on their list. So
they've also they've already foster parented probably 30 kids.
uh, I agree with you, Tommy. I think that you're right. He'll figure out an angle to make it himself. It's I think he'd be really good at real estate too, because he's generally he's a smart guy, very knowledgeable. He's generally very likable, and so Mark, I don't know. I don't know his situation to tell you what he's not doing and what he is doing.
Yeah, if he's not making steady videos, he's had a loss in income from that because he
Yeah,
got lots of views. I'm sure his YouTube income wasn't little.
wasn't wasn't nothing something wasn't. Yeah, but it seems like he seems to do different ideas and chase what makes him happy. So doing something because you can versus because you love it, you burn out over time, folks. I can promise you.
And you always felt with him like he never said something that wasn't true or just a half truth. I mean, if John said something to me, that was it.
So
And if he
Tommy said he's already posted 20 sold houses on his Facebook. I have not kept up with that, but I'll.
if he promised if he promised he would do something, he did it, and quickly. I bought some jewelry from him once, and it was here from Cincinnati in about 2 days. He took care of. He did things the right way.
Hey, Beer King. Good morning. So, what changes? Anybody in the audience, anybody in the chat, got any pivots, any changes you're going to replace for 2024? Is I can't be the only one doing the reflections and the reviews and the. I
Yep, that's a wooden toucan. This is a demonstration. I've got stuff like this just laying all over the place. I've 2024 pivot for me is get this stuff off the floor, listed or donated or whatever I'm going to do with it.
so like I'm gonna start sleeping more. Nice.
This came from Belize.
Like if you quit watching live shows, the server costs would dramatically drop at YouTube. You wake up in the morning, they've got to bring on nuclear reactors and to support the power. Surely it's got to be breakfast time. 20 minutes to breakfast.
It's about that time.
Tracy says he's trying to get incoming inventory listed instead of creating a death pile. Um, you
That's
need to come up with a system, then, man, because we were already last night talking about we can't wait for more sales and stuff to happen.
you
Uh,
know, for if all you ever did was go to like Goodwill or the bins or something, you might accomplish that. But when I buy stuff from the auction, like when I bought those swimming pool parts, I had like 500 different swimming pool parts. I had to make 500 listings to get all that done. There wasn't any way I could list it when it came in. I just kept working it. All of it sold. I made thousands, but um, a lot of times I'll buy stuff at auction. I may come out with 300 or 400 items to sell. It doesn't all get listed at one time.
so
I mean, that's good in theory, right? I mean, I know I sound like I'm making the excuse for myself, but like Tommy, when he gets in those big mountains of new shoes, I bet he didn't list them all in 2 or 3 days.
But yeah, so Michigan Girl says she's joined the book club, listening to Profit First Now, work smarter, not harder. I'm thinking that last night. I'm thinking it's of all the stuff I've been thinking about, the redoing and make sure that I'm doing the things I need to do and keep. And a lot of it is, and for most people, it's not effort. It's we all can learn the lesson of smart working smarter and doing things. And I am so open because I understand that when you don't have the results you want, it's like he's talking to me in that book. So I'm excited to put the headphones on and start listening and working. But Tommy says here he needs to find employees. It's too big. Competitors are making 15 to 30 a day on eBay, and they've got their own websites. He's got the source, but um, needs help. A lot of it, Tommy, is just you understanding because getting to that point where that you're ready for employees. Not everybody wants employees. Not everybody wants to be that big, but
Yeah,
if that's
Tommy,
where you
if you got if your hopes and dreams for how much you need to make are being fulfilled, why bring on employees? Because not all employees are going to have the same vision for your business that you do.
can I share my subscription choices? What do you mean by that? I'll tell you whatever, White Tree. Just what do you mean by the subscription? Uh, I know John flipping ain't easy would tell y'all can have a sale too on eBay if y'all just hit the thumbs up. It's guaranteed within 24 hours or your money back. Hey Glenn, good to see you today, buddy. Have a great day. Larry, I know what you look like. I always sit with my back to the wall so I can see who comes in because, except for last night when I forgot I generally sit with my back to the wall because I generally have that. So, Chassis, I put Amazon on the back burner all year. I have plans to get back into that inventory doing this week. So, yeah, Chassis, I'm trying to figure out how to make RA work a different way, and so it's not chasing the hot item. So, more on that in the future when I get it all working. But I'll explain everything I've done once I figure it out and make sure it actually works. But I did the same thing. I take it for granted that things are going to happen and need to need to really. So imagine if you don't put some attention and focus and on something, and it's like the old plant. If you don't water it, it will die. Yeah, Robert, a big change for me this year has been the change. I'd always been the free shipping guy, but I charge so much on shipping now. Uh, and I don't want anything under $10 unless it goes to FBA or I have a bunch of them like Todd does. So Tommy says he's trying to build something that he want to pass on to family or kids. Tommy, I don't think you're that old. You're not as old as us. Don't be planning on leaving us. That would suck. But daughter will work for less with her friends. Yeah, I get it. It's a struggle to get my kid to do anything. Yeah, you're still young, Tommy. 47. That's young. That's
Dang.
yeah. I'm 54. I've got you about damn 7 years. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm a little older than Tommy too.
Yeah, you're not going to get fulfillment fees back. You can try, Mark. And that's one of the things with most of these platforms. That's why I'm getting away from free shipping on eBay, because if somebody sends something back, I just don't give them their. I'm mad at myself today because I have the charger coming back, one of two chargers coming back, um, and it was an $11 item, and she wanted to meet me in town to deliver this thing, and now she's sending back talking about it didn't work. I know the battery is good; it has to be your charger, even though I put it on the voltmeter. It's kicking it when I send it to you. So I didn't have any shipping on that. I'm changing my mind. Even though it was a lower price item, I should have sold it for $8, $4.95 shipping. Oh,
Yeah,
FBA, you're not going to get fulfillment fee. I mean, you can try, Mark. Let us know what happens. But remember, you have given the return authority to Amazon. Amazon makes that decision, and your financial well being is not in that. They
I still believe in fixed rate shipping because I think uh, calculated charges customers too much for shipping.
It does, because I sold the Cricut machine yesterday, and I put the accurate weight and dimensions in there. It charged them $60 shipping. Uh, I'll do a video to see what it actually costs. I'm sure that'll go over great. People who don't resell will go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you charged them $60 shipping when it only cost you 30."
Yeah, I mean, I I totally agree. I'm going to lose $1 or two shipping to Seattle from Texas, but I'm also going to make $1 shipping from here to Oklahoma. Fixed rate, I think, is it averages out.
Mark, I got a feeling they're going to tell you that shipping delays are not their problem. It's I mean, I hope you get your money back, but yeah,
I bet half of the items I ship go to California, Florida, New York, Oregon.
you have to turn on pass along the shipping discount center. No, I'm passing it right along to uh, Beardy Picker bank account. I am not. I'm not giving them those savings. That's just because people forget. So this thing is big. So I'm probably gonna have to make a box for it. So how much? 10, 12 minutes of my time. What's my time cost me? What's the materials and the labor and everything going into making a box to get this thing shipped? Yeah. So people forget about that stuff. Remember, it's folks. If you don't remember anything else today, when we're talking about the shipping, it's shipping. Wait for it. Wait for it. And handling. Most people just look at the shipping part. It's shipping and handling. They that that hoodwink voodoo handling part kind of disappears for most folks. Remember, I told you earlier in this broadcast, if you've been with me this long, I appreciate you guys um, hanging out for so long. But what's the benefit of Amazon FBA? They're going to do the shipping part because my time is costing me so much on the shipping. You've got to realize what's that opportunity cost that you have in shipping. Not only is it actual time, there's opportunity cost lost too, because you can't do something else that what in your business do you make more money at? I mean, you make money shipping? Chances are not. Uh, did that one come out, Larry? I made a short. Me and Johnny were sitting there, and I'm like, this will be. These are some of my TikToks, Larry, that I'm putting on YouTube Shorts right now. is yard sale refueling. That's what I think I called that. But it's Tamara, you got to. So if it's way overcharged, I don't mind it, but for the most part, um, I'm competitively priced or even less, and then I'll take some. I'll lower my price intentionally to put the shipping in it, and so I'm in a competitive ballpark. I'm not. I was shocked that this one was so much. Um, Let me see where this thing is going. eBay, eBay, print shipping labels. All right, so it is going. So remember, this thing is big. It's 26 by 15 by 10, and it weighs 15 pounds. It's going from here to Colorado, which is probably 6 zones, 7 zones from here. And it's UPS ground, which uh, at that weight, $30 is the shipping. So what happens if it's a little few more pounds? I can't remember. I think I actually weighed that. Yeah, Robert, close enough. Arizona. Yeah. So know your category. Tommy is an expert in his category, and there's a reason why you're high in search, Tommy. Uh, you know shoes for sure. Generally on shoes, I don't do calculate on shoes. Generally, it's just a straight. I think 11.95 for shoes. Yeah, and I generally do a flat rate. So if it's a first class item, it's 4.95, and so the shipping, I'll take the price off. So you know my price will be the same. So if it's a $10 item, it's $5 plus 4.95 shipping. So it's still a 9.95, a $10 item. It's only the large. Only use calculated on the large stuff, VCRs, that thing, anything over 3 or 4 pounds, because 3 or 4 pounds to California can get ridiculous from here. I had a guitar go to California yesterday. It was 3 pounds and it was 34. I think that thing was like $19 just to get it to California yesterday. Yeah, that is an important point. Understand your shipping. Not everybody sells like you, Tommy. Not everybody sells just one set of items. There's way more people like me that'll sell freaking anything, and so shipping gets a little more difficult. But I'm generally flat rate except for big items. With first class, if it gets to 12 ounces, it's over 4.95. And so the 12 and the 15s up to 16 ounces, I'm over, and the fours and the eights, I'm under. So it kind of averages out. Be an expert in what you sell, folks. If you're going to niche down, uh, understand all the aspects of what you do. It's amazing the competitive advantage you can get by using the knowledge you have. All right, is it close enough to breakfast? Absolutely. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully, my journey of mistakes and carrying on and will help you see your business in a new light. Um, Look at everything. This we talked about a little bit of everything this morning. Look at everything you do. evaluate your time, evaluate your processes, and figure out, where you went wrong and things you can improve. And don't stop there. Put a plan in place. Figure out how you're going to overcome those obstacles. See you in the next show. Friday night, Roll Tide.